All right. Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Brian Turner, and this is another edition of the Brian Turner Basketball Podcast. Got a chance to check out a couple NBA games this week, and if you just like me, you following, man, so many great matchups, and you're looking at the landscape of the NBA and so many young players. You got so many young players that's making impacts on their team, and then you also have a lot of veterans that are still trying to claim that they can still be around the game and still make impacts on contending NBA championship caliber teams. But I wanted to kind of point out a few things that from just the casual fan eye, because again, here I am. I've been around the game since I was around 12, 13 years old, playing, little league, youth sports, having some great, amazing coaches along the way. I wanted to point out a few things from just watching the Lakers Denver game, and we're squeezing a lot of energy out of that series because again, you have the defending champions, but then you also have probably one of the all time greats in LeBron James. And as we know, as being coaches, kids are watching this. You know, kids are watching the NBA. You have a lot of cues that get picked up from kids watching the NBA game and then trying to apply a lot of the different things that they see the NBA players doing. They try to do have it in their game also. So there's a few things I want to kind of point out. This is not going to be long, but I kind of wanted to just kind of get some opinion on some folks, just some ideas of if they saw the exact same thing that I saw from watching the game. And so I want to play a quick clip from the Lakers Denver game 3 press conference. And I want you guys just to kind of pay attention and just look at a few things from Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Now, I'm a big LeBron James fan. I'm a big Anthony Davis fan. I'm just a huge Laker fan, huge NBA fan all around. But I also have to call out certain things when I see them. And I want to see if you guys can kind of hear, and some of you guys that are watching this can kind of pinpoint some things that are going on with this team and these players that that kind of can just say, man, is the end there. So again, this is a huge. This is not huge in the sense of is this something that can get guys kicked off the team and off the league? No, but it also has a huge difference in being winners versus being losers, and having the loser mentality and having the winning mentality. Because again, man, now the Lakers are down 0-3. They're trying to find ways to come back, and like I always try to tell my guys, man, you got to think win-win. Like no matter what, you have to see that winning can be in abundance if you have that mindset. Okay, if you look at it as just like, okay, we lose and it's no hope, then you've already lost. You've just thrown out the window the chance of even trying to come back. But if you think win-win, even in losses, you should be able to find the silver lining and say, you know what, I can kind of see something that I can improve on, and then I can move forward to try to get that win. So, three key points I want you guys to kind of pick up on this interview. The resilience factor. You know, a lot of young athletes can see how professional players acknowledge defeat, and so I want you to kind of see if the Lakers acknowledge defeat and if they're looking at ways to try to improve, to try to come back. I want you to also pay attention to the accountability part. Okay. Or they're holding themselves accountable, or is it a situation like game 1 or game 2? They're looking for, is it the ref's fault? Is it the coaching fault? Did they run the right play? Did they not run the right play? Was this certain person not in the game or at the time? And then also, I want you to kind of pay attention to the positive attitude and just the body language on these guys. Now, if you're watching this, you can kind of see it, but if you're listening to this, you can kind of hear it in their voices. So just uh just listen to this. Tell me what you think. Let me see if uh See if I can come through and kind of give you this. So here we go.
Guys, I'd asked Austin what he thought was the kind of the difference in the three games. He pointed out the third quarter, a pretty big scoring gap in that period. Just wondered what you've noticed at halftime of the three games and what's happened in the second half and what that can inform you about heading into game four.
I feel like we spent so much energy in the first half building leads, or defensive intensity that we have, that we come out in the third quarter with not much energy, or kind of lose track of attention to detail that we had in the first half. I think a lot of that played into it. And you give credit where credit is due with Denver as well. Man, those guys make tough shot after tough shot after tough shot, and I think that's a lot of things that happened in the third for sure tonight.
So right then and there, LeBron kind of kicked it off by being the leader, being the vet, being the Hall of Famer, one of the top players of all time. I mean, he took account to, hey, it wasn't our night. It was pretty much all the things that they had going on that kind of made the impact in the game. They're just a real good team, and so LeBron, body language is not the best, but at the same time, these guys just got through having a war and a battle in the NBA game, and part of their responsibilities is getting up there talking to the media. So they got up there, talked to the media, and I like the fact that LeBron kind of held some accountability towards himself and his team, and gave acknowledgement to that Denver was just a better team tonight.
For both of you guys, I guess starting with AD, just you have another game on Saturday. Where do you flip your mindset, and did you say if we do this, and that's, maybe we get a different result than we had the last 11 times?
Yeah, I mean, we, a lot of second chance points, offensive rebounds. We gave up 9 in game two, and they had 9 at halftime. Just got to score, 20 in the second, 22 in the third. A team like that who's going to score, we got to be able to score as well. So I think that's really it. I mean, getting back in transition, defensive rebounding, and just continue to score the basketball.
For either of you guys finished the regular season, the second half of the regular season, as one of the better offensive and shooting teams. That hasn't been as much the case so far this series. Outside maybe the first quarter or so, first half, what's happened? What have you guys seen out there that hasn't, I guess, clicked offensively? It's more so in the second half, especially in the second half.
Obviously tonight, we shot 5 for 27 from the 3-point line. Got some really good looks at times. Sometimes they were, contested shots, but I thought pretty much we generated some really good shots, which is when they were able to knock them down.
So again, LeBron is being positive. He's not trying to throw anybody under the bus. He's trying to, basically just say, hey, it wasn't our best shooting night. We couldn't hit a shot. But then again, it's also one of those things where they're acknowledging the positive attributes. They're holding each other accountable. AD kind of said a few things in there as far as the resilience part. But what I don't like is that, they're constantly talking about on the offensive end, when it comes down to stops. If AD can continue to have games like, if Jokic is hanging around, it's just going to come a time at the end of the game where Murray is going to be Murray, and he's just been killing them down the stretch. And somebody has to take accountability on that fact, that they got to have somebody that can stop that boy. If anything, the Joker and Anthony Davis can just kind of cancel each other out with the contributions that they making for both teams. But at some point, man, they're going to have to stop guys on the perimeter, especially Murray, for just, torching them down the stretch.
The regular season, the postseason is 2 different games, 2 different situations. So, what happens in the regular season, obviously you build those habits throughout the regular season, but the game totally changed in the postseason, and we have to, be able to make the adjustment. But, we've had some really good looks through 3 games. We've made some, but tonight was not one of those nights.
Guys, has there been any part of you've sensed with the team psychology, like that this isn't just 3-0, that it's bigger because of what they've been able to do against you guys now for, I think, 11 straight games?
No.
Wow. 11 straight.
Our focus and our mental right now is trying to get one, try to get a game, and then go from there. try to get the game on Saturday, game 4, and go from there. All the talk,
Again, AD
however
is
many
staying
straight,
positive.
we can't focus on that. Our focus is trying to get better from tonight, learn from our mistakes, and try to get a win on Saturday. You can't do anything about it. It's in the past. Our discussions have been the transition to rebounding, scoring, keeping our pace, and focusing on game 4.
Again, not transition, rebounding, and scoring. Not once did they say that they have to make stops. So again, it's just some things that I just wish that that these guys would kind of pinpoint. So and just being mindful that other people are watching and listening to these guys. And like I said, the big thing should be the accountability part. As being NBA players, man, these guys have so much resilience. It's not if it's a 20-point lead, if it's a 15-point lead, you're never out of a game in an NBA game. So these guys have resilience, and they constantly talk about the next play, constantly talk about the next game, and that's good. Um, then you also have to understand that they have to learn from setbacks. I think LeBron, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the stats in front of me, but it's one of those things where he's came back from, I think, a 0-3 or 3-1 or something like that, and came back and kind of won a game 7. Not saying that he's not capable of doing it, but again, that mindset has to get transferred throughout that locker room, and people have to understand, hey, what they need to do. But on the flip side of that, we can always look at these moments as teachable moments for not just the Lakers, but also as our young athletes and our youth that are watching the NBA game and watch the NBA game transition down to the lower levels, to kind of use it as a teaching moment for them. Like I said, resilience, accountability, a positive attitude. Despite despite a loss, man, you can always kind of get to the point where you constantly display those things. So again, like, I just want to just take the time, man. I know a lot of folks were up watching the game. I was up watching the game late last night because, man, I wanted them guys to have a chance. But this has been a great series so far. It seemed like almost every game that the Lakers could have won, but just wasn't fortunate enough to come out. And then two, it's some other great games. I'm interested in seeing what the Celtics can do. Interested in seeing what that Milwaukee series, what that Mavericks and that Clipper series is going to look like. So, man, this is an exciting time, man, to be a basketball fan, to kind of catch these things in real time and have chatter and debate, like we did last night on the live, to hear everybody's opinion. Like I said, I watched the game more towards the end of the year, more towards the playoffs than I do in the regular season. So a lot of folks kind of been watching these teams all year, and they're teaching me. So that's a good thing. But again, I just wanted to I saw that this morning, and I said, you know what, let me try to put that up, give my thoughts, have a little quick reaction to some of these things that these guys were talking about, and just share it. So let me see what else. Again, if you're watching this, I'm gonna post this up on my YouTube channel, and I'm also put this out as a podcast episode for later today. But if you get a chance to on any of those platforms, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Always, man, all my videos, man, they're powered by SeatGeek, man. Use promo code Coach Turner for $20 off your first purchase. Make sure that you treat yourself to some concerts, to some comedy shows, to some games. You got so many different things that are going on this summer, man, and it's just starting to crank up. Hopefully we get some nice stretches of great weather, so you can kind of be out here, man, and enjoying yourself, and enjoying some of these spectacles that we have around town. And then in closing, make sure that you're grateful, all right, for every sunrise, and thankful for every sunset. So appreciate you guys for chiming in and listening to this. Hopefully you got something from it. And Yeah, catch you on the next podcast. Catch you on the next episode. Thanks.